Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report. First, we will start with the calendar. Yesterday we had important data. We started with the interest rate decision from New Zealand, but we all know this. After yesterday's report, what happened after the report was we got the data from UK. And look, retail sales, retail price index and CPI, so inflation, came worse than expectations, so British pound got weaker. Also, in the same time, we got industrial production from Eurozone, which also came worse than expectations. Also, what happened here was inflation from US, which also came worse than expectations. So no surprise, like we got a pack of negative data. It strongly affected euro dollar and what else is on Thursday we are waiting for the GDP from Eurozone. We got the GDP from Germany, trade data from China. So as you can see, negative situation. Worse data on most of the instruments. Inflation from Eurozone better. This helped the American dollar. As for the data for today, as we said, GDP from Eurozone, and we are waiting for the retail sales from United States. So let me show you 1 second, please. Okay. First, let's start with euro dollar. Situation in euro dollar is interesting because 2 days ago we had a pullback. We had a small reversal here, and this could have been a start of a new upwave because this was a bullish engulfing pattern and the price was going inside of this symmetric triangle pattern. But this did not happen, and as you can see, we got a strong bearish reversal. So basically this upswing here was just a correction and was just a movement testing the recent broken supports as a resistance. Test was positive for the sellers and the price reversed. So that was a bullish engulfing, but after this the price created a bearish engulfing here, which came back below the lower line of the triangle, came back below this horizontal support here, another horizontal support, and boom. Now with all this, the sentiment is definitely negative and we should see a further decline. This is, well, today the price was on the lowest level since 13th of November. It does not look good for the buyers. It looks like we'll have a new breakout of those lows here, and actually there is a chance that we'll get on the lowest levels since here. So situation on the euro dollar definitely negative. Next one is gold. Gold, as you can see here, tried to break the neckline and the horizontal resistance. That was a nice attempt, but buyers failed. Buyers failed to hold above that level, and that's a false breakout. Simple as that. That's a false breakout, and the reaction is can be seen straight away. So reaction after the false breakout is a strong movement in the opposite direction, and this is what is happening here. So lesson learned. Another beautiful example of the false breakout pattern. Situation is becoming dangerous for the buyers because we are challenging the orange support. Is the orange support important? Well, yes, it is. You probably remember orange level $1,307 is with us since 2015. It was important in 2016, resistance, support, resistance. In 17, a little bit less, but in 18, definitely support and resistance. So price being above this level is still positive. Price being below this level is negative. But in this case, we also have another support here. So a midterm uptrend line, this blue one. So even after the breakout of the orange support, buyers will still have a hope because of this blue line, but also because of this yellow horizontal support on 1,297. So in my opinion, price being below 1,297, price being above is still positive, and the price breaking not orange support but yellow support along with the blue uptrend line, that will be a negative situation. Now euro to British pound. On euro to British pound, so what we got here, let me show you the calendar again. What we got here yesterday was industrial production from Eurozone worse than expectation. Inflation from UK worse than expectation. Retail price index worse than expectation. So we had worse data for both of those currencies. Today we have worse data for GDP in Germany. We will have GDP in Eurozone. So in this environment, the price decided to follow the technical analysis when we had two weak currencies. Euro was weaker, pound was stronger. The price broke the lower line of the flag formation, which was negative, but now we can have a false breakout because the price is advancing higher. So this is this can be a positive situation. A buy signal here will be triggered when the price will make new weekly highs. We'll move in one day from weekly lows to weekly highs, which should be positive for this instrument. The price making higher highs than the top of the wedge will open us a way towards the levels from December 2017. And we will be able to go back to the short signal here when the price will break the blue line. As long as we are above the blue line, the sentiment is positive. Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. So here I was waiting for the breakout of the lower line of the pennant. It did not happen. We broke the upper line of the pennant. Fair enough. It does not mean that we have a buy signal though, because we are still below the yellow resistance here. So this is the head and shoulder pattern breakout of the horizontal support. Then after the breakout, we use it as a resistance. Then we break the horizontal support here, use that as a resistance. We use that as a resistance again today. So as long as we stay below the yellow area, the sentiment is negative. American dollar to Japanese yen. We are so not surprised here that the price is advancing higher. That was our view. Since here actually, you see this checkpoint, we looked at the chart, we saw this ascending triangle pattern, and we were waiting for the breakout of the upper line. It did happen. Upswing, 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 upswing. So this is a positive situation. Our target is on the upper line of this channel up formation. We should get there pretty soon. Dollar index. Dollar is climbing higher. Obviously, the reason for that is euro dollar going lower. American dollar to Japanese yen going higher. That's the vast majority of the basket of the dollar index. Well, with the dollar index climbing higher, we should not also be surprised that gold is struggling. I can see a positive sentiment for gold, but the buyers are being attacked by the stronger dollar, so they would love to buy gold, but the stronger dollar is not helping here. And dollar index is on a good way to make new highs, so we are aiming the yellow resistance. We should get there pretty soon. Euro to Swiss franc. On a weekly chart, it does not look good, as you can see here. A bearish candle, long head here. Bullish candle so far, but a long head too. If the price will reverse and close, for example, above the orange line for a week, that will be a signal to go short. But the real signal to go short will be when the price will break this midterm uptrend line and this horizontal support here. Price closing a day below this purple line. Price closing a day below this purple line, that will be a signal to go short. Now Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in a midterm, short-term sideways trend, I'm sorry. So after the breakout of this dynamic resistance, buyers cannot use this momentum to climb higher. This is showing me the weakness of Bitcoin. Well, I was bearish here, I was wrong. But it does not look good, right? As you can see, after this beautiful upswing, buyers cannot continue. Well, to be honest with you, to be fair with Bitcoin, sometimes it's happening like this, that we have a nice upswing, then a sideways trend, and upswing again. So buyers can still be optimistic. But the buy signal will be created, I think, when we'll close, let's say, H1 chart somewhere above the upper line of this yellow rectangle, like this. Now New Zealand dollar to American dollar. That would be interesting to see the head and shoulder pattern here. Left shoulder, head and right shoulder with this nice neckline. Head and shoulder pattern would be a part of the double top formation here. And the double top formation is important because it challenges the long-term support. So long-term support after the breakout is tested as resistance. Resistance is created by two tops. And second top is also head and shoulder pattern. Well, can be. It's not yet because we are in the middle of creating the right shoulder. So we cannot say that this is a head and shoulder pattern. I'm just looking forward for this kind of a price movement because it would really help in trading if we would get left shoulder head and right shoulder price closing below the orange line, sell. So price closing below the orange line, I would love to see this, and that would be a nice sell signal. Now crude after denying this head and shoulder pattern and choosing the flag, broke the upper line of the flag, came back above the neckline, our checkpoint, which showed us a buy signal, and the price is climbing higher, making higher highs and higher lows every day. So, well, that's positive. For some time I thought that on the crude we should get a sell signal, but as you can see, crude is proving me wrong. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, positive sentiment. The price should in the midterm test the upper line of this pattern. Swiss franc, Japanese yen. defended horizontal support. I guess we can also draw this line like this. And what we are seeing here is the breakout of the upper line of the symmetric triangle pattern. There is this horizontal resistance here. On price closing, somewhere here will be a strong buy signal. And now euro to Australian dollar, as you can see, we had a chance for a flag, but the price failed and is playing this scenario of the head and shoulder pattern. We are going lower. Fair enough. The price should soon meet this dynamic uptrend line, and we'll see what is going to happen. Okay. Idle. And show all, and let's analyze instruments that we didn't mention, but let's focus on majors. Okay, on a daily chart, Australian dollar to American dollar, that is interesting. Shooting star, and maybe we'll have a shooting star again. All right. Let's check Fibos. Well, nothing important. I thought it may be 38.2, but that's a double top. Quite interesting. Let's focus on majors, right? So euro to Japanese yen. Let's check the situation there. Well, shooting star again. This can be potentially dangerous for the buyers. Where is a good place for an order? Price breaking the yellow line. That will be a sell signal. So let's leave it. I wanted to check cable because we didn't check cable for a long time. Objects list, let's remove those. Cable, nothing interesting, unfortunately. Well, from the technical point of view, at least from my side. American dollar to Canadian dollar. Okay. We defended long-term uptrend line, fair enough. This is important on a daily chart. Left shoulder, head, and maybe a right shoulder. Okay, price breaking this line. That will be a strong buy because that will be a neckline of the inverse head and shoulder formation. And well, to be honest with you, price using inverse head and shoulder formation to bounce from the long-term uptrend line, that usually is a strong buy signal. So let's keep it. Looks really promising. American dollar, Swiss franc. That can be interesting because we are in a long-term horizontal resistance. We'll see how this will finish. American dollar, Mexican peso, is there anything interesting here? Symmetric triangle, breakout, upswing, okay. American dollar, Chinese yuan. Fortunately, the history here is a problem. Let's check silver. All right. You see the those patterns here, like here, triangle, and triangle. Both of them result with a downswing. Let's check the uptrend line. So Houston, we may have a problem for silver. Silver can have a big headache here. Why? Look, we broke this support. We are testing this as a resistance now. We broke this support. We are testing this as a resistance now. So H4 candle does not look good here, especially this one bouncing from the combination of two resistances. So on silver, interestingly, we do have a nice sell signal. Let's check DAX if there is anything. Not really. Let's check. No. All right. We can do a quick recap now. American dollar to euro dollar, sell. Gold. Gold, here I have a problem. Euro, British pound, no signal. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, as long as we stay below yellow, that's sell. American dollar, Japanese yen, price should aim the upper line of the flag formation. Dollar index, price should aim the upper line, the upper yellow line. Euro to Swiss franc, price closing a week below the purple line, strong sell. Bitcoin is in a sideways trend, breakout to the downside sell, breakout to the upside buy. New Zealand dollar to American dollar, breakout of the orange line, strong sell. Crude positive, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc positive, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, price closing a day or a week above the yellow line buy. Euro to Australian dollar, no signal. Euro to Japanese yen, breakout to the yellow area sell. American dollar to Canadian dollar, price closing above the red line buy, and silver strong sell. So guys, thanks very much for watching Daily Analytical Report. For more trading occasions, visit our Twitter account and our website alpari.news.